SMT Nation, we back. Nation, T-Mobile's on the move, making some solid network decisions, in my opinion. I want to tell you guys all about that here in today's video. I went ahead and posted this image. It's got a list of the impacted markets for T-Mobile and AT&T. I'll be giving you guys the details on what we know currently and what this means for those networks, but I posted it to my X account. You guys can follow me there. I've got a link for that down in the description. It's at SneedTech on the X platform. Down in the description. Also down in the description are ways to support us. You guys can like and share this video. That helps out a lot. Subscribe if you're new here and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload in here on the channel. All right, folks. So here's what's going on with T-Mobile. T-Mobile is on a rampage and very, very, very focused, I will say. And it's really, really smart and wise that they're doing this. T-Mobile is addressing the inefficiencies and the shortcomings of their network. And in this particular move, what you're seeing is T-Mobile is improving their mmWave portfolio. What they're doing is they're basically doing a spectrum swap with AT&T. And what T-Mobile is doing is they're actually trading 39 gigahertz to AT&T in exchange for AT&T's 24 gigahertz holding. So you're probably thinking, this really doesn't seem like much. They're trading mmWave frequencies. But the reason why this is important is because for T-Mobile, deploying mmWave is going to be very challenging for them. It's the most difficult task for any carrier in the industry for any frequency. AT&T and Verizon own and operate fiber, and they are the two companies that have access to infrastructure, I think, to the greatest extent. T-Mobile has never really shown us anything with respect to mmWave. There's some small deployments in some bigger markets. You know, we hear about Atlanta and a little bit in Chicago. So we're seeing some action. But what this does is it gives T-Mobile a bit of a, I don't know, I think a little bit better reach by going with a lower frequency. I'm not saying it's going to be game changing. I don't know, maybe it makes it 5 or 10% better in range. I don't know, by getting the lower frequency. But it probably will be meaningful to T-Mobile. And specifically, I think what's probably most important, and this is going to be overlooked by a lot of people, the fact that the 24 gigahertz frequency might play nicely with more modern gateways. And by gateways, I'm talking about consumer premise equipment for fixed wireless access 5G home internet. This is where I think T-Mobile is looking at this. They're looking at it from a mobility play. They're looking at it from the fixed wireless play. And this might help them serve the customer better with a mmWave option. Think about the MDUs, the apartments, the condos, the townhomes where you have multi-dwelling units, and they could target their service maybe with a frequency that works a little bit better for that application. So they're going to be more efficient for this. And AT&T, it's a slam dunk. AT&T gets more efficient because they streamline their mmWave frequency. They've already been deploying 39 gigahertz. So this just allows them to go a little bit deeper with that bandwidth. They see what Verizon is doing. They know what Verizon is doing, and they've lagged behind Verizon in a lot of ways. They're probably sick and tired of lagging, and Verizon has been leading and pushing the industry forward, and AT&T is catching up, but this is a good move for them. This spectrum swap makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels for both AT&T and Verizon, or excuse me, AT&T and T-Mobile. So to me, I think AT&T got better for this. I think T-Mobile got better for this. I think now we're more likely to see T-Mobile take the mmWave frequencies more seriously. AT&T as well. You get that more contiguous, deeper bandwidth channels. These are 100 megahertz blocks. So now, AT&T can go 1,000 megahertz of bandwidth, in N260 and those types of things. So I think it's a win-win situation. Again, Verizon leads the way in mmWave. They are best positioned with it. They've deployed the most. I expect them to continue to thrive there. Now it looks like carriers are doing a little bit more. I think this goes to show you that the speculation about the iPhone losing mmWave, I just don't see it. They're clearly moving in that direction to support it. Look on the screen there. You have the top PEAs. Folks, if you take the top 40 markets in the country, this is where 80% of people live, like the population numbers, right? So clearly mmWave is not a dying technology. I think it's much too overstated. You've got Cleveland in there in the top 14. You've got Dallas, you got Frisco, Chicago. These are major markets. T-Mobile wise to take this into their hands, and AT&T as well. It really does make sense. Who do you think does the most with this move? Who does it help the most? Who do you think did the most for their network? Or are you glad to see it? Want to see more moves like this? I know T-Mobile's moving with the 2.5 gigahertz acquisitions too, right? Additional licenses possibly with US Cellular. Who knows what's in store, but I like this move. What say you? Sound off in the comment section below. While the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.